Hey, it's Chris with Bitcoin Advisors bringing this price action to you here from Westlake Village on a little Saturday afternoon. And we'll jump right into it because we got a lot to talk about here because Bitcoin is going sideways. And if I were to do a little clickbait title today, I would say Bitcoin urgent. Emergency sideways range, not much happening in the short-term time frames, higher-term time frames. However, well, they're still looking more or less good, healthy over the long term, but that is long term, of course. I would say that over the next week or two, 2 weeks of price action, we should have a pretty darn good setup here. So it's one of those times I actually want to take a little bit for a second to kind of slow down and explain things, because a lot of the time what you'll see is with any kind of asset, you know, Bitcoin, people get used to this really fast action. And when we get sideways and we have this long consolidation, people get bored. And I'd say that's exactly what we're seeing in the medium-term time frames, consolidation. Everyone kind of starts to lose interest once again, and you see that right now. And I see through, my metrics on YouTube and in the news and, everywhere, you can kind of see you just see a lack of interest among most social media venues in general. And what does that typically denote? It typically denotes that we're in a pretty darn mature market within this formation here. And we'd be looking for resolution somewhat soon. It's no secret that a lot of the time when nobody's looking, that's just when things happen. And that's one of the things my mentor used to teach me, or used to repeat ad nauseum, was something along the lines, don't short a dull market. And that's exactly what it looks like right now. Don't get caught shorting a dull market, something, that essentially what it means is when no one's watching, you typically do see these big breakout moves, those big breakouts, and that's really the time to be paying attention, because likely you will get rewarded. And that's why I'm here on a Saturday afternoon when it's a little bit gloomy outside, more or less boring, because, well, most people, when the sideways action comes, they don't really like to deal with it. Albeit traders, this, for you guys out there, it's a little gift from the trading gods, right? These massive ranges here. And this is really the time you're going to want to work and put in, if you're a trend trader, well, this is probably time to take a little vacation or a snooze, I suppose. But we're setting up, obviously, for a big price breakout, a big move. And what I do want to say is that, I'm really grateful. I want to give a massive gratitude to all my clients and friends that are on here watching this. And I'm going to get into something that I haven't really shared before, but and that's our market top indicator. So let's just start it out here on the daily. What do we see here? We see a base coming in at about 45,000. We already broke our last high there, denoting this formation, a cup and handle, kind of getting stifled out a little bit. But the measure move on this, the way you measure that is from this top here to this bottom here, and then the breakout, of course, right here. And that would give us a measure move up to about 70,000, 69.9, somewhere up there. And you can see we might get a little short-term retracement here at about 66 or 67,000, but that is the measure move on this formation. If you can see that, I may need to bring it right up there so you can see it a little better. But weekly time frame, and looks like we're going to close below the topside 1200 band on the weekly, which is typically, I'm going to take this off, Not what you want to see, but look at this big wick up here. Weekly looks like continuation. And let's take off all these guys here. I mean, that's a strong weekly, staying above the 10-day simple moving average. And if we could get a closure above here at 62.5, I'd say we'd be back in trending mode. Let's take a look at our 3-day chart. Again, riding above this 10-day simple moving average. That's very healthy. Bi-weekly, what do we see here? We are closing above the top side Challenger band on the bi-weekly. That won't close until next week. Let's take a look at a monthly. Way above the top side Challenger band. And as we did state that typically in every trending market, Bitcoin closing above the top side Challenger band, there's two ways it's going to touch the next month. There's two ways we would see a touch there. Hopefully my camera is not this jacked up after this video because it looks like it's flashing a lot, guys. But I only make these once and I don't do any editing. But there's two ways. Either we'd come back down and test the topside Challenger band, or price action would just rise itself up. And because this is a moving indicator, it would touch. And it looks like we are going to get that touch by the end of this month, coming up in about 11 days and 4 hours. Very healthy. RSI, we're up in the bullish control zone. We've got monthly Stokes crossing up there. That's healthy. We're getting up into the critical zone here, though. So that's something to watch out for. And what did I want to bring us on to here? I wanted to take a look at one of our favorite. Well, let's jump onto our secondary charts really quick. Hey, where's my new template? Where's my new template? Well, what do we got here? Histogram increasing with volume. Volume decreasing. We got a big cross up here. This is the accumulation distribution indicator. And you throw that on the BLX. Every time we've had a positive slope, right, on this indicator, Bitcoin is rallying. As soon as we take a negative slope on this thing, it is a good indicator that we're going to see some downside action. And that's on a monthly called the accumulation distribution indicator. Now I want to bring us over to one of our new indicators. What just happened? Let's see here. Not there. There it is. So this is the Pi Cycle Top indicator. It's been 95% accurate in calling market tops over in Bitcoin's history. And what do we see here? We want to see, let's look at it on Bitstamp here. Wow, so that's exactly good for Bitcoin. We want to take a look at this on a daily. And we'll put this on a daily. Yeah. And what this measures, this little line here, when it gets to, I'd say, a 70 or a 75, there's a very strong indicator, and you get a cross between this orange and green line. that a market top is put in, and we're going to see some serious downside. Why do I say that? Let's take a look back here. And what we'll do is we'll measure from the top to the top side of the price action. So you take a ruler here, you're going to see this coming in at about 70. That's when that indicator, that top was put in December 2017. And Bitcoin comes down from 20,000 down to about 5,900. Now let's go back a little farther. And we'll take a look at the blue line. Remember, we want to see when it gets to be 70%, 70 to 80 really, is when you got to start. There's 77, and that market top was put in. Bitcoin goes from 1,100 down to $374. Another opportunity to take a look right here. We'll put the ruler on, and that's right at about 80. So where are we at right now? Where is our indicator right now? Well, we have this reverse function here. It tells us we're 84% away. So what we need is price action to keep melting up, and that will divert this line from coming down more. Yeah, so this in conjunction with our secondary chart here, the accumulation distribution formation on a monthly, when this takes a negative slope and that reaches somewhere, the pi cycle top indicator reaches somewhere between a 70 and an 80, there's a good chance of market tops being put in. Right now I'm still bullish on all higher term time frames. We got the histogram increasing, we got a bullish cross, we got a positive slope. I am expecting this formation, which is really matured here over the last few weeks, to have some kind of a breakout. I'll put back on our primary charts. So again, this cup and handle, we're looking for a move and a breakout somewhere around 69, 70,000 here over the next, I'd say, 2 weeks. Other than that, guys, it's been fun. Let's take a look at a couple other things real quick. The Bitcoin dominance. We did call this a macro low right there. Bitcoin dominance at about 60.5. We got a big wick up there. Now, if we do break below there on a, I'd say a daily below 60, yeah, call it below 60, I think that'll help out our little DeFi project coins. Bitcoin CMEs, we had a good closure on Friday. That'll open up tomorrow. On the weekly, let's see if we're closing above the topside Trailing band. Not quite, but a big wick up there. Everything bullish postured there. Let's take a look at Ethereum here on the weekly. Bullish, going to do whatever Bitcoin does, probably have more gains. I expect we'll probably head up towards that $2,200 mark there. And then Tezos, a little one I've been following, a little project that looks like it's going to have some good price action. If you look at this on a daily, it looks like we want to close above this topside Trollinger band, which would give us some continuation up to about $5. We need to get that closure on a daily above $4.58, but we are trading in this little range right now, so let's hope it breaks out soon. What else do we want to touch on? Gold. Gold is getting a little bounce back up. We're going to probably see some pressure here coming in at about 1780. I'd expect that to get tagged sometime in the next week. If we get a closure above there, I'd look for a move back up to about 1850 on a daily. And silver, what are my silvers doing? Silver has been a little bit volatile. Some thought we might get a little action from the GameStop boys and the Reddit pump, but it looks like it got stifled here at about 28.95, and we got a lower high. We got some higher lows coming in here. That one's caught in the middle of a range, and I would expect it to follow on up. I think I'm more upside biased here on silver. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up for a quick video on Saturday. Hope you all have a blessed, wonderful day. Take care. I'm signing out.